Shout out to the DIY crew. Look how dirty it is in here, B. Shout out to the DIY crew. You understand? YouTube. It's your guy, Not Your Average Trucker, back at it. Another video coming to you on a Thursday, April the 29th. I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. Out here, thought I was gonna be working on one of my trucks. I had a driver call me like 2 in the morning. One of my local dudes. Truck wouldn't start. He's in a Cascadia day cab. So I'm like, I bet, drive my car to my yard. He actually parks at his crib, and he lives in the country in South Carolina, right? And like Lancaster, South Carolina, something like that. So I'm like, I bet. I drive 20 minutes to get another truck. Pick that truck up, drive it to him, because he had a shift he had to start. Got him to drop me off at my car. Prior to trying all that, we tried the obvious, seeing if the battery was dead, giving it a jump, all that. That was a no-go. So get him to drop me off at my car. I had a clue what it could be, because I had that issue in another Cascadia that I have. So I drove to Freightliner, picked up some parts. So I'm like, worst case scenario, if this is the case, slap it on, because it's some plug and play stuff. It ain't nothing too serious, man. Just something you needed a 13 millimeter wrench. And, you probably be in the game. Anyway, get the Freightliner. Freightliner doesn't even open until 7. It's like 6:30 when I got there, so I had to sit there, wait for them to open, buy the parts, come back down here. I say all that to say, sometimes here to, go electric, right? Got the little Tesla joint. My wife was the last one to drive it, right? Me, whenever I'm at the crib, the thing gets like 330 or 40 miles, right, on a charge. Me, I like to just, when I'm not driving, I like to just keep it plugged in, charge it up to like 90% or something. Anyway, my wife was the last one to drive it, right? So I ain't thinking about none of that. It's 2 in the morning when I started. Jump in the joint. She ain't charge it overnight. Jump in the joint. It's at like 65%, right? So I'm like, probably ain't a big deal, because when I initially left the crib, I knew I was just driving to get a truck and then to come back and, swap out with him or whatever. So no big deal. I'm at 60-something%. Normally to drive from my house to my yard, where the trucks are, I probably use like maybe 3 to 5% or something. So I wasn't worried about it, right? So needless to say, didn't anticipate having to drive all the way across town to Freightliner. Freightliner from where Freightliner like 40 minutes from the yard. So driving there, used a little more battery. Needs to say, I get all the way back to the truck, and I think I'm gonna knock the parts out, because his truck is like 45 minutes from the yard. So I done already did 45 to the Freightliner. Another I guess hour and 20 to get back to his truck. And so I'm at like a whopping 38% now on my battery, right? And I know to get back to my house from where the truck is, it's gonna be at least 15%. So I got like 20% to play with. So I'm out here trying to mess with this stupid part. I brought my tools with me, but Come to find out, I couldn't get this punk ass bolt off, right? This nut. It's a 13 millimeter. Freaking angle is just terrible, man. So I'm like, oh shit, you know, can't drive to the crib and back. He in the middle of nowhere. Closest place to get parts was a Harbor Freight. It's like 15 minutes away. So I drive to the Harbor Freight. This middle of nowhere Harbor Freight, I guess that's Lancaster, South Carolina, also was scarce on the parts that I need. So I bought what I could. Come back out here, still no go, right? So now my battery is at like 28%. And like I said, I told you I needed at least 15 to get to the crib, and that's just if I'm, you know, electric car is just like a regular car. You understand? If you're going fast and speeding and all that, you use more gas than a gasoline vehicle. Likewise, if you're in an electric joint and you're speeding and all that, you're using up more energy, right? So I'm sitting here pissed because I can't get the part off, which means I can either A, the closest Home Depot was dumb far. So I can either A, drive all the way back to Charlotte to get parts, or B, call a freaking mechanic to come out here and swap it out. Because technically me driving to Charlotte and back, we talking like 2 hours round trip versus waiting an hour or two for a roadside guy plus whatever freaking fees they decide to charge. And to add insult to injury, it is now 11:30, and I got a load I'm supposed to pick up at 2 p.m. So I got to get back to Charlotte either way to jump in a different truck, man. Life and times of me, you understand? You know, I know I look, shout out to the nappy hair gang, no haircut squad. I know I be looking dumb tired in these videos. I got people always commenting me talking about how I'm never enthusiastic, I look lazy, right? It is what it is. But it's my whack ass day. I decided to call one of my mechanics that I'm cool with out in Rock Hill. He said he would have been here in like 45 minutes. Naturally, that was 45 minutes ago, so we'll see. Y'all be easier.
Like, owner operator, you see some, most of them, well, I was a good little bit of them, they been in work in the shop already before. Yeah. And then, like, first I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, well, I ain't.
And we really could outrate. So, he do too. Then we'll bump heads, cause like, even fucking with race cars, like doing certain shit, he act like I was.
Yo, man. Finally got the truck up and running. Shout out to this guy. Can you see him? Shout out to this guy, man, Watson Electrical, working hard. Finally get the truck up and running, man. My man came out, threw the little Milwaukee drill on there, zoop zoop. We swapped the part out, right? Because like I said, I had the problem was you turn the key in the joint, it was getting no power, right? And I had that happen on another truck, and it was the PNDB or something like that module. So, you know, I bought that and I bought a kill switch because it was an outside chance it could be the kill switch. So that the PDE and NB or whatever it is module, that's like $500. Kill switch is like $50, right? So we get out here, we test it. There's no power at the kill switch at all. There's no freaking there's power going into the PDNB joint, but there's no power coming out. So we like, all right, well, it got to be the PDNB joint, right? So that's the more expensive part. We put that joint on. Literally all I needed them to do was take 2 freaking bolts off. We put the joint on, button everything back up, Still no freaking power, right? So now I'm tight. I'm like, get out of here. I'm waited all this time. I'm starving. It's hot outside, and we still ain't got the joint right. Then I'm like, yo, you know, let's try this. I bought it anyway. Let's try this kill switch. I ain't got shit to lose at this point, right? So, you know, I unscrewed the bolts that's holding down the kill switch, put the kill switch on, truck fire right back up, dog. So I've been sitting here all day. This is a damn kill switch, man. It's, you know, off and on, turn your battery off when you ain't in the truck. I've been sitting there dealing with this sumbitch all day. And the easiest part, the cheapest part, was what the freaking problem was. I could have had that done early this morning, man. Sometimes you overthink things, you understand? Sometimes, you know, the easiest solution is oftentimes the correct one, man. And the funny thing is, I initially started unscrewing the kill switch when I first got here, and the last screw was giving me a hard time because it's the little joints you gotta use the Allen key for, right? And I got to the last one, it was giving me a hard time coming off, and I'm like, that probably ain't it anyway, and started messing with the other thing. And needless to say, that is what it was, man. So shout out to my homeboy coming out there bailing me out, you know, getting it done a little quicker. But, you know, bitter beer facing. I feel like the Moron of the Year award again, because I could have had this thing knocked out several hours ago, man. But it is what it is. Salute to all my people out there getting their hands dirty. I shot the video right quick. Look at my hands, yo. I gotta go wash my hands. You know, I guess that's the definition of black power, right? That's real black. But it's your guy, not your average trucker, man. Another corny ass video. Salute to everybody checking me out. And salute to the people on the grind. Salute to the people that try to save $1 and do it themselves. You heard?